Right. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a little boy. And this little boy wanted to grow up a hero. He wanted to change the world. Perhaps it was because his parents had the nutty idea to call him Aragorn. I'm not sure. But the fact remains that even when I was small, I was dreaming. And as a little boy, I loved stories of people saving the world or the universe. And there was one story that captivated my imagination beyond all others. Any idea what it might be? Star Wars. I loved Star Wars. It's absolutely the best trilogy ever, and I hope you're all going to see it in December. Now, in Star Wars, there was this little ugly guy. Let's face it, he is very ugly. And his name was Yoda. And during my life, I found that he has many, 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 many wisdoms that I use even today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about one of them. Yoda said, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. And this has always stuck with me. And as a result, I feel the inexplicable need to, when I fear something, to face it, to do it, to stand up, and to not accept it. So, when I was at GSK last year, do you all know what GSK is, a global sales kickoff? There was an opportunity for someone to come on stage in front of 800 people to show them that he could control a crowd without saying a word. And that terrified me. So, obviously, I put my hand up. And I got on stage. And later I was told I was actually the only one in the room who put his hand up. Do you guys know what America's #1 fear is? The biggest fear. People fear more than dying. Anyone? Very close. That came third. Public speaking. In fact, Americans are so afraid of public speaking that they'd rather be in the coffin at a funeral than be the one giving the speech. So there I was in front of 800 people. And I wanted to overcome this fear. And I had a massive risk there, because the upside was that I was going to be a hero for the rest of the week, but the downside was that if I made a fool out of myself, I would have to get out of bed every day that week and look at everybody who saw me fail. Now, I could tell you that I used the intelligent risk framework and I considered my ups and downs and then I made a conscious choice, but that is a lie. The fact remains, though, that it was a risk. And fortunately for me, I made it through. In fact, I made it beyond that, because I realized at that moment that if there's something I want to do more than anything else, it's to inspire other people to go beyond and above what they think is possible for them, what they can do, to overcome their own limitations, because most of them are just in your mind. So after having been on stage at GSK, I came back here. And I met my manager, Ian, for the first time for real. We knew each other, but he was my new manager. And he asked me, Aragorn, what do you want to do? What is important to you? How do you want to be perceived? What do you want people to think of you? So I said, I want to be the public speaker of LinkedIn. I want to become the very best. I want it to be that whenever there's an opportunity to speak, people will come to you, to me, and say, Aragorn, we want you to do it. Because I thought that that way I can speak to crowds, meet people, and inspire them. Inspire them about what we're doing here, inspire them about everything, but also inspire them to stand up to their fears themselves. And the awesome thing is that Ian said, yes, let's do it. We'll make it a KPI. So here I am today. You're helping me reach my leverage and leadership points this year. So the thing I want to give you today, the thing I want you to remember if you leave this room after all the amazing stories, is that conquering fear is an amazing thing. Because like Ian told me, very often our weaknesses are overplayed strengths. And fear is there to protect us, to help us understand what is dangerous, to fight or flee, prepare ourselves, but it may never be something to control us, to rule us. And when you overcome it, I can tell you, man, it's a high like nothing you've ever done. Thank you very much. Have a great day.